Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my living room. Frank is sleeping yet again. My name is Adam, for those of you who do not know me. I thought I'd do a little thing, kind of doing a little tribute to my parents. People always ask me where I get my humor from, and I think it has to probably come from my parents, especially my father. My mother went into labor on August the 5th, 1978. That was a Saturday, and it was during the taping of Saturday Night Live. And my dad told my mother that he was not leaving until the show was over. So I was born on August the 6th, and almost 42 years later, here I am. And I know what you're thinking, boy, he looks fantastic. Thanks for noticing. As you probably maybe already noticed too, I am gay. I really am sorry, ladies. I know some of you ladies are looking at me going, He's like a cool glass of lemonade on a hot summer's day. I know. Some of you ladies too are probably looking at me going, he's like Campbell's soup. Good. I'm flattered. I look at ladies too, but for way different reasons. I'm usually making sure that your hair's done or your bag matches your shoes, and really the only question I have for you is, do you have a brother? So, when I first came out, people were very judgmental and critical, and not necessarily on me. They were more pointed towards my parents. They had told me that maybe the reason I was gay is because of the way I was raised, parenting styles. One idiot said it was even hereditary. He's like, the reason you're gay is because your dad's a nurse. I'm like, no, I think it might have something to do with the fact that my mother's a lesbian. And there's evidence to prove it too. I mean, growing up, my dad was a boob man. I know this, so I knew he was not the gay one. He every time I was watching TV or he's watching TV and a set of boobs came on the television, he'd have to make mention. He's like, Adam. See the boobs? Look at the boobs. See the boobs? Look at the boobs. Look at the boobs. Look at the boobs. My God, I saw so many boobs. We saw Titanic together. If you remember that part where Kate Winslet comes out, butt-ass naked, just with that necklace on. And I was like, did you see the boobs? I'm like, I didn't see any boobs in that scene, but did you see that freaking necklace? It was fantastic. It's beautiful. See, mark of a gay man. If I'm noticing jewelry before titties, you got a gay son. It was fantastic. I'm really pissed at the end of the movie she threw that thing off the side of the boat. Hell, you're throwing 52 carats into the water, you old bag. I'd have booted her ass back in the water. Anyway, I digress. So back to my parents. So there was supported evidence that maybe my mother could have been the lesbian. And I'm going to give you some evidence and you guys tell me. Growing up, my mother was built like a 14-year-old boy. Short, masculine haircut, no makeup, no boobs. My dad said, and I quote, if your mother put Clearasil on her chest, probably go away. Go to her closet, denim and Doc Marten boots as far as the eye can see, and she had an insatiable need to spend time with her friend, Anita. She's gay. So, my dad and my mother taught me things along the way. My dad was very good. He taught me how to cook, clean, manage finances, drive. I'm very well-rounded because of him. My mother, not so much. I remember the only thing she really taught me how to do were mix drinks and cut grass. Yeah. Like, instead of having a lemonade stand when I was a kid, I'd wait till my mother passed out and I'd grab all the booze and I'd bring it to the end of the driveway and sell that. So all my friends were selling 5-cent a pop lemonades. I was selling $4.50 well drinks to their parents. I'm like, ooh, shake it or stir it, Mrs. Prentice. I know how you like it. So who had the hottest big wheel the summer of '83 on the block at Mackenzie Street? This guy right here. Yeah. There's one story I've been wanting to tell for a while, and it's about my dad, and it's just zany. I mean, my dad, when we bought cars growing up, we were getting cars from dealerships, but my dad bought a car from a gas station. It was a 1983 Plymouth Reliant K car. We were styling. It was white on the outside, and I mean red everywhere. Everywhere. Seats, dashboard, A-pillars, ceiling, floors. It was like a CSI murder scene in there. And I happened to notice while we were sitting there and looking at this car that it had an Oldsmobile steering wheel. It's not an Oldsmobile. I'm like, Dad, this has an Oldsmobile steering wheel. He's like, don't worry, he assures me it turns. I'm like, all right then. So while we had this car, my dad would always like to teach me and my sister the rules of the road. He'd be like, if you ever come up to a stoplight and they're not working, treat it as a four-way stop. The person on your right has the go-ahead. Or when merging onto traffic, make sure you use your shoulder check and your signal at the same time. Even things like when driving in the winter, if you happen to go to brake and you don't stop and you're sliding through the intersection, sound your horn so it'll alert other motorists that you're coming through. But as this car was going, things started to break. The seatbelts in the back stopped working. The door on the outside wouldn't open. It's getting to be a really weird car. So one day we're traveling. My dad's driving, of course, because me and my sister are in the back with broken seatbelts. And we're coming up to an intersection, and my dad hits the brakes. It's wintertime, and we don't stop. And we're sliding through the intersection. And I remembered, I'm like, oh my God, he's going to sound the horn. I remembered. And he goes to hit it, and it doesn't work. And he instinctively, no word of a lie, rolls the window down quick, sticks his head out the window, and for almost 35 seconds to 40 seconds just goes, honk! And then he's doing this the whole way we are going through. And I've got my hands pressed on the window and I'm looking at traffic on my side. And I guarantee my sister's looking at traffic on her side. And all I can see from the traffic looking back at us is this. And this is what everyone looked like behind the wheel. What can I say? That's my life. So that's it for this set. I hope you like that. I'm going to write some more stuff. Maybe I'll bring back some of my old material, but I'm hoping you like that. So take a watch on it. And remember, I am a semifinalist for Niagara's Top Comic. We are postponed due to the coronavirus, but it will be coming up soon again. I can't wait. But in the meantime, you can see me here. So, good night.